In this module, Professor Gordon has described the rise of the monastic tradition within Christianity, from the earliest hermit monks in the deserts of Egypt to the Benedictines of Italy and then to Northern Europe. When we think of monks today, we usually picture them as men living in ancient or medieval history. It is easy to assume that the era of monks ended with the Reformation, or with the Age of Reason, or with the French Revolution. But monasticism has survived all of these monumental changes, and monasteries still thrive in certain parts of the world. To illuminate the continuing tradition of Christian monasticism, I want to return to the deserts of Egypt. Here, in this beautiful image, we see St. Catherine's Monastery on the Sinai Peninsula in modern Egypt, a striking image of monasticism's longevity. The full name of St. Catherine's is the Sacred Monastery of the God-trodden Mount Sinai. The monastery was built between 548 and 565 at the base of Mount Sinai, at the site where Moses is supposed to have encountered the burning bush in the Exodus story. The monastery earned the nickname St. Catherine's because an angel is said to have carried the bones of St. Catherine, the martyr, to this site around the year 800. This extraordinary monastery exemplifies in many ways the elements of early monasticism that Professor Gordon discussed. It's walled. This is a cenobitic or communal monastery. Also, initially, this monastery was complemented by communities of isolated hermits who lived around it, although these left in the 7th century. Most importantly, look at the setting. The monastery is in the desert, in this stark landscape. Isolated from the world, the monks of St. Catherine's focus on prayer, work, study, and indeed the oldest continually operating library in the world is in this building. Finally, the monks focus on self-abnegation. Thus, the most important hallmarks of monasticism remain unchanged in Christian monasticism today. St. Catherine's even preserves early monasticism's separation from church structures. It is an autocephalous church with an abbot that reports to no other church authority. After a millennium and a half, Egyptian monasticism survives. This is one of many symbols of the longevity of monasticism, but there are continually operating Christian monasteries across the globe. We may not see these monks, but this is the entire point. This is a countercultural movement. They leave society. The monks of St. Catherine have rejected society. The choice of monasticism that they make also exposes them to serious danger. The Sinai Peninsula, where St. Catherine's is located, is very dangerous today, especially for Christians and other religious minorities. The Sinai is a part of Egypt that was conquered very early by Muslims in the 7th century. But the monks preserve in their monastery an important document that helps protect their position. The Ashtanam of Muhammad, supposedly written in 626, is a treaty in which Muhammad, the founder of Islam, guarantees the protection for the monastery of St. Catherine's and the monks therein. The monks survived the Muslim conquests of the 7th century and exist still today. The monks of St. Catherine's today, like their predecessors 1,500 years ago, seek to remain apart from society, apart from the material world, in the desert, isolated, where they can focus exclusively on God and life in the world to come.